What's going on, everyone? Today we are going to talk about what you should do when you're searching for a location. Where do you go? Who do you call? What do you look for? Before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, show a little love, make us feel appreciated. It really does help. I don't know if it helps us cognitive, I don't know if it helps us in our emotional state or the algorithm, or both, but we'll take it. All right, so whenever you're done, cool. You didn't hit it yet. What the heck? All right, let's go. Let's get into it. So you're looking for a location. What do? All right, so someone had asked us the other day, hey, I'm looking to lease a building. We can't find any in our area. And I asked them, I said, hey, well, have you reached out to a realtor yet? And they were like, no, we weren't thinking about reaching out to a realtor because we're just looking to lease a space. Well, guess what? Realtors can actually help you whether you're leasing or purchasing. So don't let the idea of like, okay, we're gonna go lease a space, like hold you up or prevent you from reaching out to a realtor. Just make sure you find the right one. Look, it's gonna cost you nothing. You don't have to hire them. You just need to go find a realtor that specializes in commercial leases, or maybe specializes in kind of commercial retail, because there's all sorts of types of commercial, right? But if you can find someone that specializes kind of in storefronts, so commercial retail, or it's commercial leases in general, that is going to at least be a good starting point, because that person can help find deals. They may know of off-market places that are available. They may know of some for sale. They may know of some for lease, and they can help you understand which ones make sense. They may even be able to connect you with a broker who can help finance the deal if you decide to purchase something. And of course, you can weigh all of these options as you're going through this process. But the thing is don't go at it alone. Finding a commercial lease is not like going on Zillow. You can try some of the online services. There is one called LoopNet. So you go to LoopNet, it's a great service, but a lot of times what is on LoopNet and what is actually exists in the marketplace is very different. It's kind of weird. Like Zillow, it's like no matter if a house is going on for sale, it's gonna be on Zillow. But like for some reason, LoopNet's kind of this weird thing. It's got some stuff listed, but like the commercial lease world is so old school. It's still fragmented. It depends a lot on your area. So make sure you reach out to a realtor, because they're gonna know the market. They're gonna know the area. They're gonna know what's available. They're gonna know what's off market, what's on market. They may have a friend that knows a place that's available for lease that's not even advertised. So make sure you reach out to a realtor. Make sure it's a good one. Make sure someone's got a lot of experience and has been around for a little while and is like really focused. Like if your buddy's like, hey, I got my real estate license, dude, don't call him, okay? It's okay. You can offend your friends every once in a while. This is one of those cases where you may just be like, look, I appreciate your help, but go find an expert, okay? Because they're gonna find all the off-market deals. They're gonna know what you're talking about. Number two is they're gonna help you gather all of the demographic data. So they're gonna help you gather all the data around this location or in certain areas that can get you to where you get your demographics when it comes to age, income, and just even traffic counts as far as the area that you're looking in. They'll be able to share all of this stuff with you. They could share it with you as far as like the different areas that you're looking in, or they could share it, as far as a specific property that maybe you've identified. They can give you like all of this information and a bunch more, down to like 1 mile, 3 mile, 5 mile, increments, so that you feel confident going into that location. So they will be able to provide you all that information. So you don't have to go to some special place to find it, or you don't have to search online and like go through all of the, uscensus.gov and try to find all this stuff. Like, no. They will be able to help you produce all this stuff. And look, you haven't even spent a dime yet. This is free. Obviously, they may want you to be qualified. They may, go through some sort of like kind of initial process so they understand, what you're able to spend and stuff like that. But the cool part about it is a lot of times the realtor is doing all this work for free. At the end of the day, the realtor is gonna be paid by the landlord. But it is important that you have a realtor in a situation like this, because here's the other thing they're gonna do. They're gonna help you negotiate the lease. And this is very, very important. And a lot of people do not know this, but a realtor can help you like get things back and negotiate the lease, so you can either get maybe some rent abatement, or maybe you get some, some help, some assistance financially for tenant improvements. They're gonna help you negotiate maybe the base rent, or if there's other fees associated with the space. They're gonna help you understand what those are, help you understand how it works, and help you kind of, maybe create the best. Look, they're on your side. They're fighting for you, okay? They're trying to make the deal work, okay? And that means that they're gonna be presenting to the landlord and maybe to the landlord's broker, like, hey, here's my, like the potential tenant, here's what they're offering, here's what they're capable of doing. They're gonna help put together this thing called a letter of intent, right? So this is gonna be a letter that outlines what you're asking. Okay, so if they're offering it and this is like what the offer is on the landlord side, you might send a letter of intent that's like, look, we're willing to pay this in base rent. We're willing to pay this. We'd like to get 3 months or 6 months of rent abatement. We'd like to get $50,000 or $100,000 in tenant improvements. And the realtor is gonna help you draft this letter of intent that they're gonna send into the landlord. And then the landlord is gonna respond to that, and it's gonna be like a counter offer. It's like making an offer on a home. If you've ever done this before, you go in, you make an offer, you submit it. They come back with a counter offer. You submit the other counter to the counter, and you go back and forth until you guys come to a resolution that works for both parties. And of course, you're gonna learn, what areas they might be more willing to help in. They might be more willing to help in rent abatement. They may be less willing to help in the tenant improvements. It depends on a lot of variables, and it depends on it depends on what that landlord is going through at that time. So that being said, if you are looking for a location, do not go at it alone. Do not rely solely on the internet or rely solely on just taking trips around your neighborhood on the weekends or, in your community, right? Make sure you reach out to a realtor, get their help, because they're gonna walk you through this whole process, especially when you get down to this part, because that's it's complicated. Like, you want someone that can go in there that can make the deal happen, that is not as emotionally involved, and you can just relay what you want to them, and then they can go schmooze it all over and make the deal happen. That's what it's all about. So hopefully this was helpful. I did not realize, as I was going through this, just how many people weren't aware of this. And I know some of you guys might be like, hey, look, I already knew that, thanks for the info, but there's a lot of people out there that had no idea where to get started. And the last thing I want you to do is get stuck going at this alone and feeling lost and this is impossible. It is possible. And if you've been through it before, it's easy, but you've never been through it before, it's okay. That's why we're here. Go to adcpro.com, check out all of our videos on our YouTube page. Join us for our monthly webinars where we discover or just really cover a bunch of different topics on adult day. And if you're interested in opening your very own adult daycare franchise, go to activeagecare.com/franchise. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn how to open your own adult daycare center, go to adcpro.com. If you'd like the latest business tips, click here, and make sure you subscribe to our channel, click here. We'll see you guys next time.